Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about people, some people who kind of lack an imagination and tie it to possibly, this is all just hypothetical, it's a possibility, it's a question, F then kind of thing. They really don't have an imagination. So in things like they don't feel, they have a lack of empathy for other people. When you feel empathy for somebody, say this has actually happened. You see an elderly person fall down, and you see, it says a woman, you see her husband there trying to help her up, and you see it. Maybe what kicks in is compassion, empathy, and but you're imagining it, what it would be like if it were you, possibly, and imagining that, and you're doing like a little video in your own head. Okay, so and you feel that empathy. Now, what about people who are narcissistic? Do they even play? Well, some I would say no, but do they even play a video in their head? I would say no. Okay, because they lack empathy. There might not be much of anything. But is it because they can't imagine it? They just simply can't imagine. Let me dig deeper into this. Say that, like when you're growing up and you are learning how to read. Okay, pardon the blinker. Some people, we all grow up, learning how to read. I would say most of us, if not all, they have pictures in whatever you're reading. Okay, it's the book has pictures. It shows you what is what, or it just has pictures as you're reading. You're learning to read. Some never grow out of the need to have those pictures. Some people have a lot of difficulty relating to what's going on in the story if they don't have a picture. As they age, as they become adults, okay, even then they need that picture to understand it. But could it possibly be that's how they categorize? Like you think about watching TV shows on TV. How do the people look? Are they mainly, unless it's somebody doing something bad, aren't they usually at least good looking? Not beautiful, handsome. They're at least good looking. They're not what some would see, possibly this type. No, I'd say narcissistic histrionic blend of behaviors they have. No diagnosis. But they need to be, to them, at least good looking. If it's somebody that's not, I'm not going to define what's not. They just don't seem seeing that person the same way. So they need the pictures too. As far as when they read something, they need that picture so they can judge on if that person, to them, perhaps they think that if a person is not at least good looking, then they don't have any worth. They're not worthy of the attention that they would put on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, I certainly had this much better written out in my head this morning. but yeah, I mean, imagine people who can't imagine. They just don't have the ability to imagine unless they're seeing that thing. Like right now, you don't see me. They can't imagine, they can't listen, they can't understand because they can't see me. And they can't judge me on if I'm worthy of their time. Okay, they're going to look for something superficial. Maybe they listen to my accent and make assumptions based on my accent, and they might say, oh, not worthy. Or they might think, okay, worthy. Whatever way, it's based on something more superficial, something that is, like I said, is the better to them, with the high sense of self that could be way off base. They want to put themselves in with that category, and only the people within that high category are worthy of their time, of them listening to them or anything. Only the people who are good looking, they might be that way. The only ones that are, have a certain accent, a certain speech pattern, way of speaking, their terminology, all that. They will only listen to that. But the root could be that they just simply can't imagine anything else. They have a certain set pattern in their head from youth, and that's all that is worthy. Like we all grow up in a certain town or something, or town or city area, go to whatever schools. Some people do move around, and but it's whatever they grew up hearing, grew up doing, so they don't have to imagine, like the pictures in the book, like what they watched on TV. If TV was their babysitter, what they were allowed, what was there, and how it was, who it was, what type people. You see what I'm saying? And some people just don't get past that. I need pictures, that kind of, thing. They don't develop. Some people say that, narcissistic people, histrionic. I always see narcissistic, histrionic blended behaviors in people. I'm not diagnosing, like I said earlier. But that they don't grow up. They're stuck in a stage in early development. So, I don't know how much truth that is to it, but yeah, some people see that. Okay. And for some of them, it might have something to do with this illusory pattern perception. I did videos in the past about that, back when I was doing some studying on it. But I am curious. I had much more to say, but I'm kind of busy right now, so I need to go get some dog food, and get home. But anyway, yeah, some people think and also some need that really quick, really fast 28 seconds commercial that sums it all up in this 28 seconds. Or shoot, these days there are commercials summing it up all up in 5 seconds, ads and stuff. But they need it that fast. They cannot think much longer than that. It has to be like if they read, like when they were a kid, when they read something, they see a picture, sum it up. You see. They're not going to think past that. And it worries me, it does worry me about more and more people. They cannot handle, like I was talking about earlier, they can't handle some people who they don't show their faces because they can't handle not being able to know, are they worth it to them. They can't handle not seeing the picture, of this person, so they can sum up a whole bunch about, they're making assumptions, they're stereotyping, but they need that. Some of them it could be that they need this. Like I said, it's all hypothetical, possibly not. Anyway, wrap it up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.